Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's love chat. I'm going to give a few seconds for everybody to join in. And I hope that you are ready to have your hearts blown wide open today, because today's love chat, it's a topic that all of us can relate to. And it's also a topic that's really important. It could take you out of the game of being able to experience extraordinary love if you allow it to. So hello, Micaela. Hello, Jennifer. If you're here with me, go ahead and type hello in the chat so I know that you're here. Thank you for joining. If you have a girlfriend who you know that she wants this year, 2025, to be the year that she experiences extraordinary love, then I'm going to ask you to share with her the link. Diana, we can drop the link in here just so that they don't have to be looking for it, so that they can join the love chat. Hello, Lisa. All right. So, and Joni, hello. I see people are joining in. Okay. All right, ladies. So this is, like I said, it's a really important topic. I don't know that anybody that I know has not experienced this. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you've had your heart broken and it just knocked the wind out of you? If you've ever felt that, type yes in the chat. Things were going one way, you thought everything was going well, or maybe they were a little rocky, but it's still, no matter what, it knocked you back. It took the wind out of you when that heartbreak happened. I remember a very distinct few situations where that happened. So I see yes. Lisa says yes. Joni, yes. Okay. So, I remember what that felt like several times in my dating career, several times, even after my divorce. Even if you've been divorced and you're the one who asked for the divorce, there's still a heartbreak involved in that. So if you've ever felt that experience where that heartbreak just knocked the wind out of you, what happens is it leaves you wondering, how am I ever going to get over this? How am I ever going to have the courage that it takes to open up my heart again? How am I ever going to love again? Will I ever be loved the way that I was loved? And it makes you start wondering if you ever will be able to close this chapter and open up a new chapter, a chapter where you feel confident again, a chapter where you feel powerful again, a chapter where you can trust again. So I see several of you have experienced that. So I want you to stay with me in today's conversation. And this is why I said, if you have a girlfriend who she's experienced heartbreak, this love chat is going to make a difference for her. So when that happened, there are emotions that come up. So what's one word that really best describes how you felt after that breakup? So be honest, no judgment here. What did you feel? What emotion came up for you? Go ahead and type it in the chat. I know for me, in one particular situation that came to me when I was preparing for this, was completely confused because everything looked like it was going great. And then I've also had situations where I've felt, if I'm honest, relieved. So let's see, what did you feel? Crushed? Let's see, Helene says crushed. Micaela says terror. Jennifer says heartbroken, fear, panic. Yeah, all these emotions, anxiety, grief come up for you. Yeah, some of us go into hope, maybe hoping that he'll change his mind or things will work out. Joni says devastated. So yeah, see, Gladys and I see so many, and in our team, we see so many amazing, incredible women who get stuck after a heartbreak. Not because they aren't worthy of love, not because there's anything wrong with them. They get stuck because they don't know how to reset in a way that actually moves them forward. So if you stay stuck in those emotions of grief, confusion, devastation, anger, panic, fear, feeling crushed, feeling confused, if you stay stuck in those emotions, then what happens is you feel like you can't move forward. Or in some cases, some women will rush into the next relationship trying to make the last one right. Or they will, push through, power through without truly reclaiming their confidence. So whether you stay stuck or you rush into another relationship or you just try and power through and hope that everything gets better, or power through and just show how strong you are, in all those situations, regardless of the one that you might resonate with, something's missing. It's an authentic, a genuine reset. What does it mean to reset? It means to clear. Like when you reset your phone, if you reset your phone, you lose everything that's on there. And you go back to the beginning, back to a clean, clear phone. Well, it's the same thing with a reset, an emotional reset after a heartbreak. So today, we're going to be giving you some steps, well, actually the exact steps that you can take to turn heartbreak into your biggest breakthrough. So that you're not just dating again. So you're not just putting yourself out there, which we hear a lot. It's actually so that you can become a magnet for the kind of love that meets you at your level. If you want the kind of love that meets you at your level, type L for level. Because that doesn't mean that you're better than or anything. That just means you have a vision and you have something that you know you want to experience. And if you want to experience the kind of love that's going to meet you there, you can't operate from here. You can't operate from here. You've got to raise up and have a love that meets you there. Notice how I'm not saying a man. I'm saying a love, a relationship that meets you there. So the first thing that, and this may sound counterintuitive, but the first thing is heartbreak is not happening to you. It's happening for you. I'm not trying to be Pollyanna or positive. There's something about that relationship that wasn't working. There's something about that relationship that wasn't aligned. Maybe it's something that you outgrew that relationship. Or maybe you outgrew each other. Or your values never really aligned in the beginning and it became very clear that misalignment of values wasn't working in creating a strong foundation of integrity, of partnership, of intimacy, of trust, of love to be able to move forward. And that next level I was talking about, meet you at the next level, it wasn't there. Now, does that mean that you're a bad person, he's a bad person? No. Sometimes very good people get into relationships that don't work. So I want to ask you this. Standing inside of the assertion and the inquiry to ask yourself, what if, well, I'm going to make it an assertion, not a question. Heartbreak happened to me. I mean, it didn't happen to me. Heartbreak happened for me. If you stand there for just a moment, it happened for me, not to me. You'll be able to reveal for yourself a lesson that you got from that relationship. Something that relationship taught you. So go ahead and put in the comments, what did that relationship teach you? And I invite you to really look at what was there. So the relationship that I was talking about, that I was so confused because everything was going so great and we got along great, was actually when I was in relationship with Arnie. So Arnie and I, those of you who know our story, we dated and then we didn't, and then we dated, and then at some point I really got that I wanted to be in a committed relationship. I heard when he said he didn't, and instead of doing what I had always done, which is try to convince the guy of all the reasons why I'm the woman he wants to be with, I said, then I can't date you anymore. I can't date you anymore because I'm really starting to fall for you, and I love you, but I love me more. What that relationship taught me is that what I want matters. And that when I'm willing to stand for it, I can have everything that I want. I can have everything that I want. And I experience it every day. And I met Arnie after 12 and a half years of an unsuccessful, dysfunctional, inappropriate, just disrespectful, like all the disses you can think of for 12 and a half years. What did I learn from that? I'm grateful for the children that I had with that man, and that relationship. All the flags were there from the very beginning. The jealousy, the lying, the not following through, the depending on me, and me being, instead of allowing him to lead, me taking over. I learned so many lessons from that. And I learned that when you don't have a clear vision, you end up with whatever shows up. So what's the lesson that you learned? I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Ruvensley. Yes, we can. Diane, can you go ahead and I don't want to confuse people, but Ruvensley, I love that you have, like, can you really help me? Yes, we can. We've helped thousands of women around this planet of all ages. Our latest girlfriend is 72 years old. Our youngest is 25. Yes, we can. So, Diane, if you can just drop the link to schedule a call with one of our love coaches and give her name to the love coach and let them know, keep an eye out for her. She's going to schedule a call. It's one of the best steps you can take. I'm going to tell you another one today. So thank you for being so vulnerable and open. All right, thank you. Let's acknowledge that courage, because that's the speaking of someone who's ready to get out of whatever game she's been playing and into a brand new game. I love it. All right, so let's see. Helene says, the lesson she learned is none of them wanted to get married, and that's what I wanted. So what did you learn from that, Helene? What lesson did you learn from that? So you saw that, but what did you learn for yourself? Okay, see if you can connect with that. Joni says, I learned that I was settling for something less than what I deserved. Yeah. So when you learn something, here's the great news. When you really learn a lesson, you don't have to keep repeating it. You don't have to keep going through the same training. So that's great, Joni. And I know that you're in our program and you have learned how to date and you're having a great experience dating right now. So kudos to you. Let's see. Valley says, look before I leap at the first man that shows up. Yeah, that's really important. Now, you want to make sure that you take your time getting to know men. Now, going back to what I was saying here, this is something really important. And I want all of you to hear this. You can learn a lesson, but make sure that you're not now carrying in front of you the thing that you're going to avoid versus the thing that you're going to create. And here's what I mean by that. A lot of women, this is the part that I said they get stuck. You can get stuck in the past, not just in an emotion. And Valley, if this resonates with you, great. Anybody else here? If you don't heal what had you make that mistake in the first place, you're going to go and do the opposite. And I'll tell you, after over 15 years of doing strictly relationship coaching and over 30 years of doing performance coaching and personal coaching and life coaching, if you don't heal it, it will keep showing up in different ways because you're bringing that energy forward. See, me never speaking up, or let me use this, me jumping at the first one and then me becoming very cautious and nobody's the right one are coming from the same place. Do you all get that? It's coming from the same thing. It's pulling from the same energy, the same context. So if in my lesson that I learned, I deserve that when I stand for what I want, I get what I deserve. If I then become entitled, I'm coming from the same place of unworthiness. Do you all get this? If you're getting this, type yes, because this is very important. It's one of the places where women get the most stuck. They become, like, that's never going to happen to me again. But then instead of learning the way that you can create something new, you're now coming from the same exact pain that you went through before. The same exact thing, as a matter of fact, that had you attract that other person in the first place. All right, great. You all are getting it. So let me see some other lessons here. I learned that I can't change people's minds if they don't want it. There you go, Helene. You all see how different that is? I got that I wanted a commitment and they didn't is one thing, but getting that I can't change people's minds if they don't want it saves her a lifetime of heartache. Never have to learn that lesson again. Michaela says, I learned that if I abandon myself, that will be mirrored back to me. Excellent lesson. Excellent lesson. Teresa says, I learned what what I learned is I'm learning is that I didn't even know what it was like to be in a true relationship, and that I don't need to be afraid of speaking up for what I want, because if I don't, I'm stuck where I'm at, and I deserve the best because I give the best. Beautiful lesson. And Teresa, you've also learned how to communicate from your power and not your pain, because if you keep communicating from your pain, it's not going to get received. It's not going to be heard. And you're going to have that experience of, why am I not seen, heard, and understood? Well, because your pain is speaking, not your power. Your passion's not coming through. It's your pain. You ladies are doing awesome. All right, I'm going to read one more. I've learned to see the red flags quickly, and that I'm deserving of a safe, healthy, loving relationship. One who wants to be a partner in life, one who adores me for me. Yeah, and I bet you, Allison, there's a lesson that came before you getting that you get to be in a relationship with someone who adores you for you, is you, because I know, because you're in our program as well, you're getting to fall in love with you. See, when you love yourself and accept yourself, you don't have to be in relationship with people who you're waiting for their validation. And that's what a lot of us do when we feel insecure, when we've had a lot of heartbreak or a lot of trauma, is if we created or we've lived in the experience or the belief that I'm not enough, then we actually attract people who are a match for that. In other words, we perpetuate the very thing that we believe about ourselves in another. And so then you're out there dating men, getting in relationships with men who you're consistently questioning whether or not who you are is enough, lovable, fill in the blank. But when you get that who you are is enough and lovable, and it's not coming from the resistance of the old pain, now you're in a brand new game. So this isn't like your love life, just refreshed. It's your love life reset. It's not just like another version of the same old, same old. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for the same old, same old. Who here has time for the same old, same old? Nobody. So that's one thing you get to learn, is that whatever that heartbreak was, it happened for you, not to you. And if you can get the lesson that you learned from that, and you really get it, and you heal whatever had you end up in that relationship in the first place, and you heal whatever it was that had you put up with whatever it was that you were putting up with, then you never have to go through that again. And that's what we teach our clients to do. Not just push the past to the side or resist what happened or try and prove that what my mother said when I was 7 isn't true. It's like, no, get to a place where that doesn't even affect you anymore. That doesn't even trigger you anymore. You're not living your life like the 7-year-old upset. You're actually living your life like the woman that you are and see yourself as now. Okay, so that's one of the things that that you can do. The other thing is, you can also, in addition to getting the lesson. The second thing is learning the steps to be able to heal whatever it is, that emotional wound, that past trauma, that incompletion that you're feeling about yourself or the relationship, that that experience that it left you with, that heartache, that pain, that fear. You can heal that. And we're actually going to be, doing that at an event that I'm going to talk to you about in a moment. And here's why. And I was saying thank you to those of you who are saying they're the best. So I'll tell you this. The work that we do is very effective. We've been doing it for a long time, and we've supported thousands of women around the world in being able to, first of all, discover who they really are outside of their past, and really create themselves as the woman that they want to be, not the woman they became as a result of their past. And it's not something that comes natural to everyone. Some people, they just need that extra guidance. Just like some people need extra help with a personal trainer, some people want more support with a business coach, or other people get a spiritual coach. I have a coach in so many areas of my life. I have a performance coach, a business coach. I used to have a fitness coach, but I'm right now in a different program with a doctor. And then I also have a spiritual coach. And there's nothing wrong with me. I'm just up to something really big in my life. And I have a love coach, which is Gladys. I'm up to big things in my life. I don't have the desire, the time, or the energy to keep having my past block me from what I want right now. And if you're here today, neither do you. Neither do you. So I'm going to tell you about an event that we're having. And actually, I'm going to tell you something, and then I'll tell you about the event that you're having. Because one of the things that you heard me say that makes all the difference from staying stuck in the past, rushing into something, repeating the past again, is to have a really clear love vision. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You get back out there, right? You had the breakup, you get back out there, but something feels off. And you're swiping on your phone, and you're out there, and you're having coffees, and you're having dinners, and maybe you even start seeing somebody, more than once. But deep down, you don't feel clear. You're not clear about, what is this? Is this what I really want? Is this a match? Is this a repeat of the past? Can I trust myself to see what's actually in front of me? Something's not clear. And the reason it's not clear is because most people are dating from a place of reaction and not intention. If you have something, you need to write that down. Most people are dating from a place of reaction, reacting to their past, reacting to their pain, reacting to their emotions, reacting to their thoughts, and not from a place of intention. So when you have a clear vision of the kind of relationship you truly desire, you don't waste time with misaligned men. You don't settle for whatever shows up. You don't second guess your standards just so you can be with someone. Instead, you become a woman who naturally attracts men who are ready and aligned with what you want. Ready and aligned with what you want. So what are 3 things that you want to experience in the relationship that you've always dreamed of being in? Write it in the chat. Let's see. I'm waiting for them to come through. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Okay, I want... Oh, they're still coming through. So this is why this is important, because... All right, thank you. Marianne says, I want commitment, I want safety, I want love. Beautiful. Thank you, Marianne. Who else? What do you want? Okay, Linda, maybe, but what do you want to experience? See, expectation is the prescription for disappointment. You can have high standards and they're not expectations. How you create high standards is you get very connected to what you value and you live in alignment with that. And you don't drop your standards to be with someone. But my question was, what do you want to experience? As an experience, not like having, I want to experience love, adoration, commitment. Okay, so Linda, what I hear is you want to experience honor and respect. See, Linda, I'm going to be your coach here since you're here in the love chat. You've got a lot of focus on the man. And from what you're writing, I can tell that there's been an experience where you haven't experienced love and honor, and where perhaps you lowered your standards. And we've all been in a situation where we've lowered our standards. Now, if you want to have high standards and also be able to attract a man that also has high standards, who wants to experience a relationship with honor and respect, you get to create yourself as that woman. You get to also let go of whatever's in the way of that happening, because any residue from a past relationship or past experiences, we bring them into our current experiences, whether we realize it or not. And then we wonder why we keep repeating the same thing over and over again. So I love your honesty, and I love that you want that for yourself. I want you to keep leaning in. Okay, keep leaning in, because there's something that is coming through that gets to be resolved, gets to be healed, gets to be, erased from your past so you can experience this. Thank you for sharing. Joni says, love, loyalty, connection. So, okay, Linda, now you're getting somewhere. So if you're self-living, yes, you're self-living your standard. I don't know what that question is, but if you're questioning, is that something to look at? Yeah, absolutely. Because everything that we create is a reflection of what's going on internally and what we're doing externally. It's also a function of how we see and relate to ourselves, and what we think and believe about other people, ourselves, situations, etc. So at ourselves is always the first place we look, but not with judgment. Through the eyes of love, you look at yourself and honesty, and you say, what would have had that relationship come into my life? What are the things that I could have done differently? What are the things I'm no longer willing to tolerate? And then, a lot of the work that we do and we coach clients on is how to do that. So you're not trying to figure it out on your own. All right. So you're looking good. You're looking in the right places. All right. Soulful connection, safety, and love, Jennifer says. I love you, Linda. Yeah. You need to operate in your life at the standards that you want to attract, because that's how he's going to recognize you and you're going to recognize him. Y'all are doing awesome, by the way. This is I love this love chat. So I want to share something with you, because this vision that you all are creating, the love, the honor, the respect, the loyalty, the connection, the safety, commitment, all of that, that's part of your vision, your love vision. And if you're someone who's tried to create a relationship that, as Linda saying, matches your standards, and it hasn't been going in that direction for you, yet you could be creating results, great results in other areas of your life. You could create results at work. You can create results with your friends and in other areas. But this one area, you feel like you're a hamster on a wheel. Then you want to make sure that you are at our next event. It's a free event. And get this, you're going to love this. It's called Smart, Sexy, Sassy, and in Love. And we're going to teach you how to create the relationship that you want. We're going to drop the link for you. It's totally free. Share it with your girlfriends. Everybody gets to experience amazing love in 2025 if we have something to say about it. People are not going to drop off to the side on our watch, but you've got to show up. You got to show up saying, I'm here. I don't know how to do it, but I'm ready to learn how to do it. And what this event is, the Smart, Sexy, Sassy, and in Love, it's an event where we're going, if you've gone to a lot of trainings and you've done a lot of things, but you feel like you're not really getting what you want out of your love life, we're going to be doing live coaching on that. It's a 2-hour event. Think about it like personal coaching sessions that we're going to be doing. We're going to give away some of our best secrets, the things that we teach our clients that they pay thousands of dollars for, the frameworks, the strategies, everything that you need to know. Well, actually, strategies is not exactly what we do, the plan on how to get the same things we give our private clients. So what happens is when you don't know how to do it, you make something up or you watch somebody on Instagram or TikTok. And we want to end the guessing game for you. So in this event, you're going to get real support from 2 highly qualified, expert, certified professional coaches. You're also going to be able to listen to the questions that other women have. And as we coach those women, you get to get that learning for yourself as well. And at the end of it, you're going to walk out with a radical transformation. Because this isn't about getting a guy, getting a man. It really is about coaching you so that you become the kind of woman like Linda was saying, where your standards are high for you. And that kind of energy is irresistible. When you live your life, and I'm not talking about perfection for my perfectionists. So I'll give you an example. Your high standards are you actually do what you say you're going to do. Guess what kind of a person you're going to attract? Not just in a man, in a relationship, but people into your life that actually follow through. You're somebody that you can, you tell the truth, even if it's the truth to yourself, even when it's not easy to hear. Guess what kind of relationship you're going to attract? One that's honest. But if you've made the mistake in love so many times, you fall out of trust with yourself. And so you want to be able to regain that trust back. So at the Smart, Sexy, Savvy, and in Love, we're going to be doing some coaching that is going to be worth those 2 hours, and it's going to transform your life. And we're going to give you some skills, but we're also going to give you some other things that you can use. Like we have an event that we're having at the end of February that you want to come that night. You want to be there. Okay, you want to be at, let me tell you, it would be helpful if I told you what day it's at, right? February 11th, so it's next Tuesday. It's going to be from 6:30 to 8:30. So we're not going to have a love chat. We're going to jump right in to the coaching. So when you fill out your registration for the free event, you'll get some information that you need so you're set up for that event. And I'm telling you, it's, how many of you are surprised? We're already in the 2nd month of the year. Okay, hold on. Let me double check the link. Hold on. I'm on the page, so I'm not sure why it's not working for you, Dorian. I'm on the page right now when you said that. Maybe take off that slash at the end and see if that works for you, okay? And if not, just type support and we'll get you all the link, okay? But I'm on the page, so I know that the link works. All right, so you don't want to miss this event. What I was saying before I saw that message is we're in this already in the 2nd month of the year. Before you know it, it is going to be December. Get yourself set up so that this year is it's the last year that you spend New Year's Eve by yourself. Last year. So let me ask you this. What's one thing, just based on what you've heard today, as far as, learning the lessons from your relationship, getting a clear vision and how important that is. What's one thing that you're walking away with? Because look, if you forgot, I'm going to remind you, you are the prize. You are the prize. So you get to stop asking and wondering, is he going to choose me? And learn how to date and learn how to move that past out of the way, so that the better question you start asking is, do I choose him? Or even better than that, which one am I going to choose? When I chose my husband, he came back, by the way. Arnie did. 5 months later, I did not stop my life. I still loved him and had a place in my heart for him, but I knew that the man who I was going to spend the rest of my life with was going to be so clear that that's what he wanted to, because I had spent my whole life feeling uncertain about how men felt about me, because I was uncertain about who I was. You see what I mean about what you attract? So I kept dating. I was dating a really awesome guy. And then 5 months later, Arnie's like, I know you're seeing somebody. We weren't in a committed relationship, but we were exclusive. And he said, I know you're seeing somebody else, and this may not be appropriate, but I would, if you're ready for that extraordinary relationship you told me about back then, and you're willing to give me another chance, then I would love that opportunity. And I was like completely shocked. I had no idea he still had feelings for me. And I'll tell you that I've spent the last 18 years in love with this man. And next week, we're celebrating our 14th wedding anniversary. And I'm so grateful for this work. And the reason that this work exists in the world is because Gladys and I didn't want to have it be the best kept secret, because we found a way to create extraordinary love for ourselves. And it wasn't enough for us that we had it. We want you to have it too. And it has been the most amazing 18 years of my life. Yesterday we stood outside. So let me tell you the kind of man that I've attracted. Okay? We pray together every day. We meditate together every day, unless our schedules don't match. And yesterday we're starting this new 30-day of abundance challenge that we're in. And so one of the things was we had to write something and then burn it. And we stood out there burning our past. And oh, there you are. You want to say hi to the ladies? Just quick hi. The ladies on the love channel just talking about you, talking about manifesting. And we were standing outside. I was just telling them about last night. And we looked around our backyard. And I said, wow, this is one of our manifestations. Because this house that we live in, we found out the day that we were supposed to close. We were told to come and sign that this house had over $180,000 lien on it, in unpaid taxes and unpaid bunch of stuff, loans. And we created a plan, and we said this is going to happen. And we created a team around us, and we found people who knew how to do it. And I think it was 3 weeks later, we had the keys to our house. So I'm not making it up. We know how to manifest. We know how to support you in being able to let go of the past, even if it feels too hard or it's been too long. It's not. You just need to know how to do it. And then you need the support structure so that you can move forward and you don't get stopped when you become uncertain. And have somebody there, a coach in your corner saying, I got you. And that's what February 11th, next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern at the Smart, Sexy, Savvy, and in Love. That's what we're going to be coaching you on. So who's in? Who's in? If you're in, type I'm in the chat. We all get to have the love we want. All of us. Nobody gets left behind. Nobody gets left behind. All right, let's see. So thank you all for the anniversary. So what's one thing you're walking away with? All right, I'm in. I'm in. After you type I'm in, tell me what's one thing you're walking away with. Something that's going to support you in moving forward. Like you're not going to get left behind. There's just no way. What's one thing you're taking forward with you today? I'm just going to read a couple because I've got to wrap this up today. Let's see. Wait, I got no one being the right one, being the other side of the same coin. Oh, I got no one being the right one, being the other side of the coin. So like the ones that, like I said, it's coming from the same place, as attaching too fast, and it's coming from same unhealed heartbreak that needs to be healed to come from a different place. I love that you got that, Dorian. So what Dorian is saying is when I said, if you're now, you settled for anything and then you raise your expectations so high, nobody can fit that unrealistic expectation. You're coming from the same place. So what's the same place there? Not enough, not believing that you can have everything that you want, not trusting that it's available for you. Awesome, Teresa. My takeaway is building my strong foundation to myself and future life. Oh, I love that, Linda. Yeah, so it starts with us. Like you are the one. You are the one. I can maintain my commitment to creating love regardless of my feelings of the moment. I can also move my feelings to ones I want to experience. Absolutely, Marianne. It's happening for me, not to me, and there's always a lesson to see. All right, beautiful. I love what you're walking away with. So listen, ladies, let me tell you something in case you don't know. You're worthy of extraordinary love. All of this starts with you. So let's be there together on February 11th, next week, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern for the Smart, Sexy, Savvy, and in Love. Tell your girlfriends, don't be stingy. There are plenty of men out there. You want to surround yourself with women who are in the same conversation you are instead of the ones that are complaining about how bad it is out there. I promise you the second set of women are not going to help you get any closer than you are right now. All right? But being there on Tuesday will. Okay, ladies. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing yourselves. Thank you for participating and engaging the way that you have. Can't wait to see you next week. And until our hearts meet again, always remember that you are loved. Goodbye for now.